let's please welcome Cory Everett, the creator of CINEPHILE, a card game. And since right now there's only 6 of us total, that might actually mean that we can all wind up playing a game or two or a couple rounds once this sort of settles down.
Which cereal?
But all right, so do we have your audio, Cory?
Yeah, can you hear me?
No,
Yeah.
also not yet.
Awesome.
Oh, I'm terrorist. Oh, you're also terrorist.
Is that audio coming from?
Not me.
Like my friend is playing a video game in the background. I'm so sorry.
These disembodied voices are so weird. All right, so yeah, let's get started. So I have had a great a couple of nights with Cory playing this game back in the demo phase, and now it's out there in the world, and I think it's really going to be a game that I come back to again and again. And I thought it would be really fun for cinema students, cinema alumni, to get a chance to basically to hear a little bit about its origins and then go through some of the games and how we can translate them into an online version. So Cory, tell us a little bit about where this idea came from and what the first steps are in actually getting something like this off the ground.
Sure. This might be long-winded, but hopefully somewhat interesting. So I'm a lifelong movie nerd, like probably everybody here. I grew up, I loved to draw, so I went to college for media arts and animation because it involved a lot of drawing. During college, kind of in my free time, basically, I just like kind of made my own film school where I just watched hundreds of old movies and made lists and watched documentaries and read dozens of books and never really had a film class, but just was kind of always obsessed with it. After college, I kind of fell backwards into advertising like so many creative people do, but had a lot of fun and have done most of my career in digital advertising. And on the side, I started writing for The Playlist, which is a movie website back when they were with IndieWire many years ago, which is where I met Katie Walsh, who's a friend of ours who introduced me to Alex. And so I was writing about film for a little bit and working in advertising, and kind of one day a couple of years ago, I basically wondered why, as a movie nerd, I've basically for the last 20 years been playing a couple of movie games that sort of most movie nerds seem to play. One of those is 6 Degrees, which is kind of a twist on the Kevin Bacon game where you name 2 actors and you try and link them in 6 movies or less, right, through their films. And sometimes I would play another game where someone would name a movie star. So Alex would say Tom Cruise, and then we'd go around naming Tom Cruise movies until someone is stumped, and then that person's out. You keep going. And so I just kind of had this idea of like, I was looking around at other movie games, and most of what I saw seemed pitched either more at here's a deck of trivia cards. So like you'd get it, you'd read the question, you'd get the answer, and then you'd put the box away and you could literally never do it again because you already answered those questions. Like, or if it was a movie game, it was kind of pitched at like the widest possible audience where like you could play with your parents or your neighbors or people who were not obsessed with movies. And so I just kind of set out to go, well, I want to make a game specifically for the people who are as obsessed with movies as I am, and having been a part of that community and writing about movies and such, I kind of knew there were enough of them out there. And I'd also kind of spent about 2 years doing movie trivia at this place, Videology in Brooklyn. That's amazing. That was this half video store, half bar. And every week they just had the most serious hardcore film nerds show up to do trivia. And so I kind of knew from going to that there were enough people like me out there who kind of had this level of knowledge. And so I basically sketched out the idea on a Post-it note and kind of pitched it to my wife. And she was like, oh, I don't know, we're kind of working on this other project right now, whatever. But undeterred, I basically spent the next day and I made a 10-page Google Slides deck that just laid everything out. It was the name of the game, CINEPHILE, a card game. It was the color palette. It was the 2 games you can play with it. And you can make remixes where you make up your own rules. And it was, here's what's on the card, just the whole thing like in 10 slides. And I showed her that. And at the end of that, she was like, okay, you have to make this. And so basically I spent the next 2 months getting a Kickstarter together. We launched the Kickstarter. Oh, I brought on my friend Steve Isaacs, who was a creative director friend of mine I worked with in advertising, to basically do the illustrations, and I kind of handled the design and everything else. So he basically just like threw his ass off to get what started as 110 and then ended up being 150 like full illustrations, as you can see on the cards, illustrated portrait of an actor. And so he ended up doing 150 of these. So we launched the Kickstarter. We needed $8,000 to like self-publish this and do it ourselves. And that was the lowest number that we could make, like the minimum batch. And we got funded within 5 days of our 30-day campaign. I'd never launched a Kickstarter before, and I basically just spent the 2 months prepping for it, kind of looking at all kinds of examples of other Kickstarter campaigns and what had been successful and how they organized the information and what their videos looked like and how they wrote the copy and just all of it. And so when we launched ours, we got funded within 5 days, which is amazing. And on that same 5th day, I got an email out of the blue from an editor at a publisher called Clarkson Potter, which is a subsidiary of Penguin Random House, asking, saying they saw the Kickstarter, they loved it, and would I be interested in partnering to release the game? So that was kind of a thing that I never expected would happen. I thought this would be indie and I would do a few thousand copies and I'd get it out there myself and we'll see what happens. And then I basically spent the next 4 or 5 months going back and forth with them over, is this going to work? Contractually, does it work? Money-wise, do I keep creative control? How does this work? And so we eventually signed with them because it was something where they treat you, even as the kind of game author, as the author, as if it were a book. So they're not going to come in and tell me, you have to use these actors or these movies or anything like that. And because I'm just such a, graphic designer, art director, control freak, I kind of needed to make sure that they weren't going to water it down. Like I didn't want the game to end up being the one that was kind of pitched at everybody. I kind of wanted to make it so movie nerds would be really excited. And then if other people liked it too, that's great. So basically, I'm almost done, I promise. So I thought this would be like a fun summer project that I spent a couple months, and then we did the Kickstarter, and then we'd sell a bunch, that fall if we could for Christmas. And when we ended up signing, they weren't releasing it till the following summer. So I basically have now been working on the game, which came out last August, every day for the last 2 years of what I thought would be like a 3-month like fun project I could knock out. But it was finally released. I'm really happy with how it came out, and that's the basics of it.
So I want to ask 2 questions, of sort of curatorial questions, but one is the design of the game is more sort of in league with a lot of the sort of popular card-based games that have come out, like something like Cards Against Humanity, as opposed to something like CINEPHILE, which is much bulkier, has like, audio-visual component. So tell us about the desire to keep this into such a nice, like clean, slick packaging that's very easy and attractive on a shelf.
Yeah, that was definitely a huge part of it also. I loved seeing it. I don't know if you guys were old enough to play that. Yeah, it was like you'd get a DVD, a digital video disc, and you would put it in. It would show you a scene question. I loved that. I basically have loved all movie games, but kind of the problem with most of them would be you'd sort of run out of ways that you could play. So the idea with CINEPHILE was just kind of, you'd almost never run out of combinations of 6 degrees. I mean, with 150 cards, like there's literally like a million different ways that you could do it without ever repeating. So anyway, so the design part of it, coming from a design background in advertising, that was kind of the thing also. And I definitely looked at Cards Against Humanity. And I also just kind of pitched it in my mind as, some of the other like movie games and things are like a bucket of popcorn and it's the red and white design. And I just thought like, that's just not my taste or my aesthetic. So I basically pitched this to myself and to other people as basically, I wanted to make the Criterion collection of card games. So something that was for, total cinephiles, something that was beautifully designed, minimal, gorgeous artwork. And where kind of every detail of the design would be something that people would be proud to have on their shelf. So coming from advertising, my experience was mostly doing digital. So it was making stuff for the internet and social media and things that kind of were never tangible. So part of the excitement of this game, and since the beginning people have said, oh, well, have you thought about making it into an app? And I'm like, yes, I have. And I think it would be a great app. I just have no interest, having worked on apps before, in designing an app. I just wanted to make something that was like a physical, tangible, like beautiful object that you would put on your shelf and kind of completely analog. And so that was part of the process too.
So I want to ask because, you know, as you guys can see from your decks, there's a lot of really great, I mean, the artwork is fantastic. I just love looking through them. But let's just take two random actors. So you've got Helena Bonham Carter and Tessa Thompson. Obviously, Tessa's far more recent as someone in our pop culture, and Helena Bonham Carter has been around for decades. So how did you curate the deck? How did you get it down to 150 people?
Yeah, that was really hard. And it started, when it was Kickstarted, it was 110, and that had to do with, I think, the figures I had run on indie printing a card game. It was like 55 was a sheet. So I thought, okay, well, 55 isn't enough. 110 is double that. And that way, cost-wise, we're kind of in the zone. But that was really, really hard. I think I set a few rules for myself off the bat. I think that the first thing was basically just with this game and pitching it towards cinephiles was sort of the other movie games you play, you feel like you know the same like dozen movies you're going to see. You're going to see The Godfather and Forrest Gump and Silence of the Lambs and Titanic and kind of like the big blockbuster, you know, a lot of times great movies, but the ones that you've seen enough times that you kind of, you get it. So I think part of the hope with this game would be to speak the language of film nerds, of which I am one, to basically try and pick more unexpected movies. So if you've got a big movie star like Tom Cruise, you could do Top Gun, or Mission Impossible, but instead we do Eyes Wide Shut, you know, because that's a movie that I love. And you kind of try and go left of center whenever you can to highlight movies that maybe people haven't seen, or it's just the idea of kind of being in dialogue with film culture in that way. And maybe someone will get the deck and they won't know half the cards. And it doesn't mean they're going to immediately go, oh, let me see this movie that I saw on a card. But if they're playing the game and they keep seeing Eyes Wide Shut, and then they read an article about it because it's the 20th anniversary, and then they see it's playing at the New Bev, they might go. You know, the second or third time, it kind of puts it back in the conversation. So
if only this game had been around when Eyes Wide Shut actually came out, people would have seen it.
It's true. I saw it twice in the theater. I saw it on a date at opening night, actually. But anyway, so how did I narrow it down? So I basically have a Google spreadsheet of just actors, and I kind of grouped them. So I have two columns, actors and actresses, and I wanted the deck to be, you know, gender split 75-75. And then basically I tried to group actors by theme. So basically, if you're taking movie stars, you list who are the biggest movie stars now, who are the biggest movie stars in the 90s, who are the biggest movie stars in the 80s, 70s, etc. Character actors, you know, you could take little sub-genres basically, and then once everybody was laid in, you kind of go, well, I don't want everybody new, and I don't want to go past a certain thing. So other people have said, oh, it would be great to do Humphrey Bogart and kind of classic movie stars. And I'm like, absolutely, I would love to do that as an expansion pack down the line. But in the game, I kind of gave the cutoff for basically the mid to late 60s, like the new Hollywood through today, thinking that, you know, at the dawn of that era of movie making, a lot of the stars who might be included in the deck, whether it's Marlon Brando or Robert De Niro or whoever, are people whose careers easily stretched into the modern day, or you can link easily to the modern day. So I feel like if you're jumping back to, you know, silent movies or the 30s or 40s, like you really have to know your stuff. It gets exponentially harder to play to get back to modern day. Whereas the 60s through today, if it's a Paul Newman or it's a Robert Redford, you can get them to Brad Pitt in 1 degree. So you think, okay, you can do that. So I basically laid everything out, grouped by column, and then tried to pick, you know, a certain number from each one, so it would be sprinkled around. And then you throw in some wild cards where you get, you know, David Bowie, who was in, you know, a little over a half dozen movies, but like I just had to have him in there. You put Man Who Fell to Earth, you put Catherine Deneuve in there and things like that, whereas other movie stars like Ben Affleck didn't make the cut just because you kind of had enough.
Ben Affleck's not in here.
There's like so many great movie stars that I just can't wait to get in the game. So the other idea is just hopefully we'll continue to make expansion packs so we can kind of keep getting in people that missed the cut the first time.
Who is the 151st person on the list?
Oh man, that's a good question. I think the people right outside it. There's no Jeff Bridges, Big Lebowski in the deck. That was close. Oscar Isaac, I wanted to get in. Adam Driver didn't quite make it. There was a couple just outside. And then there were some where it's just like movies that I personally loved that I kind of felt were almost too obvious, so I left them out of the game, like Pulp Fiction and Boogie Nights and Jackie Brown and, like Big Lebowski, things like that I love and a lot of people love, but I left them out. So now they're kind of on the table. So when I'm working on an expansion pack, I can kind of get those movies into it that way.
Well, you also have specific movies underneath each person's name. And is that, I mean, for instance, Marlon Brando, I wouldn't immediately jump to One-Eyed Jacks. So tell us a little bit about those choices.
Yeah, I think that was just part of trying to stay away from some of the more obvious things. Like you could see him drawn as the Godfather for the 10 billionth time, but to see One-Eyed Jacks, it kind of makes you look for an extra second and makes you maybe check that movie out. And I also thought that, a drawing of Tom Hanks is one thing, but a drawing of Tom Hanks from this specific role kind of reads differently. And so it's funny because I feel like a lot of the ones that I ended up choosing were sort of movies where the movie star did not look like themselves, like Scarlett Johansson from Under the Skin, where she looks very much not like Scarlett Johansson normally looks, or Nick Cage from Raising Arizona with the mustache, the crazy hair. And so you sort of need the movie to ground it and also to kind of tie it back to not just the most broadly drawn version of this performer.
I was very excited to read that your first expansion pack is the Splat Pack for horror, and I feel like you're really tapping into a demographic that loves to talk about obscure movie trivia.
Yeah.
Has that come out?
It did. So we had one of the Kickstarter reward tiers was an expansion pack with 20 more cards, and so when we signed the deal with the publisher, we kind of made sure in the contract it said that we were able to produce expansion packs, number one, so we could deliver on that for the Kickstarter reward and not have to tell backers, sorry, not only do you have to wait 9 more months for your thing than we said you would get it, but also we're not giving you the cards that we said we would give you. So we made sure that we produced that. So that is out and it's available in our store. But yeah, and we're working on the second one right now and it should be out this summer. Awesome. Another pack, yeah.
Well, let's go through each one of the games, and maybe we can just quickly demo them individually. And then since there's really just 7 of us all together, that's kind of a perfect number if we wanted to kind of do a round with everyone on the call.
Yeah, sure. I'll just say a couple more things about the game. So the idea is with this one deck of cards that you could basically play any movie nerd game that you want. So in the instructions, there's 5 different games and ways to play. But also beyond that, you could play charades with it. You could play, we have a remix on the site called Inglorious Bastard where everyone holds up a card but can't see it. And so you get to ask yes or no questions to try and guess who's on your head. Works better in person than on a camera where you can see what it is. So that one doesn't translate to Zoom, but so basically the idea is that it can be any movie game. So in the instructions, we kind of ranked them starting with the easier games, moving up towards the expert level, which is 6 degrees and things like that, where if you kind of don't really know your stuff and your brain just doesn't work that way, then you may not be able to play those. But I have been testing out on Zoom and we've been doing some kind of virtual cinephile game nights, and 3 of the games work really well. I mean, just basically the same as being in the room. And that's filmography, movie actor, and 6 degrees. So I'm happy to walk through any of those for you guys.
Yeah, great. Well, yeah, but let's start with the easy ones and we'll work our way up to the hard ones.
Okay. So for filmography.
Does anyone not have a deck? I think Oh, Sam, you don't have one.
It might be in my mailbox. I just haven't checked it in a while.
Oh, okay. Well, I would
It's
say
fine. We can draw for you if it's your turn.
yeah,
And
they
it's
should
round
have
both
arrived on Monday or Tuesday, but check your mailbox after the call and see if you got it. All right. So what do you want to start with?
Okay, well, I'll just read the basic instructions. So filmography, the object of the game is to name more films by one actor than your opponents. Actors with longer filmographies like Samuel L. Jackson will be longer rounds, while actors with fewer appearances like David Bowie would be a shorter round. So how you play is one player, Alex, can start, would draw a card from the deck and read the name of the actor and the film on the card. And then taking turns, Alex, you should probably write down like an order. I don't know if it's alphabetical or you just decide to play order. So you'll read the actor and the film on the card, and then taking turns, each subsequent player will name another film that that actor has been in. Now, when a player can't name another film or repeats a film that has already been named, that player is out. And then the next player, if they know one, gameplay continues and you keep going around until only 2 players are left. When one of the remaining 2 players can't name another movie, the other player must name one more to win the round and get a point. If they can't, the round is a draw and nobody wins. And that is the rules. The only other thing in the instructions is what an eligible film is. So as defined by the instructions, eligible films are narrative films in which the actor appears that has been released. So what does that mean? That means that cameos count, but animated films or voiceover appearances do not. So Alec Baldwin, Boss Baby, and the Royal Tenenbaums would not count, but his cameo in Pluto Nash would count. Now, if you guys want to include other things or ask questions, we can do that before the round starts. Say rotoscoping or motion capture, or what about Netflix movies? Any of those kind of what's on the table, you can make a case for.
Great. Okay, so Sam and Tommy, sorry, not Sam Gill, Sam Kulikas and Tommy, do you guys want to do you want to do this with video? Okay, so I'll read out an order, and I think everyone's, unfortunately on Zoom, everyone's sort of rearranged differently, so it's not like we can really go Brady Bunch style, like down the columns and get there. So we'll do me, Cory, Annalise, James, Sam Kulikas, Tommy, Sam Gill. And I'll just call these out until we have a certain understanding of it. All right, so I'm just gonna pick a card at random. That's how we're gonna start? Okay. So we have Harvey Keitel, Bad Lieutenant.
Yikes. This is gonna be a tough one.
Okay, so I start obviously with Bad Lieutenant, yeah.
Sure, okay. I'll say Pulp Fiction.
Taxi Driver?
Up, you're muted.
James, you're muted.
Reservoir Dogs?
I don't have one.
Oh, okay. Tommy.
I don't have one either.
Tough.
Thelma and Louise.
What was that?
Thelma and Louise.
Is he in Thelma and Louise? Is he like the cop?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a throwback. Okay. The Piano.
Right. Grand Budapest Hotel.
Wow. I'm clearly not remembering Harvey Keitel in most of these movies. Okay.
All the tattoos during the prison break.
It's been a minute. Annalise?
Is he in Heat?
No.
I don't know. I don't have one.
James?
Tapping out. I don't know.
Where did we leave off? Sam Gill?
The Irishman.
Ah, no. Did we say Mean Streets?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Who's That Knocking at My Door? Right. The first Scorsese. He's also in, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, I just thought of a really good one. Okay, sorry. Okay, so wait, who's still in? Sorry.
think just
Annalise,
us,
you-
you, me, and Sam.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got nothing.
Sister Act.
Oh wow, I've never seen that. I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, I
Okay.
meant I just rewatched it.
Holy Smoke with Kate Winslet.
Oh yeah. Um, um, my God, why is this hard?
This is a really hard one. So if we'd drawn Tom Hanks, it would have gone a lot longer. So apologies to everybody. That's just luck of the draw.
All right, Cory, you get it.
Is he in Monkey Trouble with Thora Birch? Anyone
I
seen
wouldn't
that?
admit that if I knew that.
I'm gonna look. Feel free to start the next round.
All right. This is also hard. Jennifer Jason Leigh.
He is in Monkey
Sucker-
Trouble.
He is in Monkey Trouble.
Yeah. Why don't you keep drawing until you get to a movie star? Get to a Tom
Yeah,
Hanks,
yeah,
or
let's-
Sam Jackson, or somebody.
Okay, oh, well, this is a fun one. Robin Williams,
There you go.
The Birdcage.
Okay. I will say Mrs. Doubtfire.
Good Morning, Vietnam.
James.
Jack.
Hook.
Oh, yeah.
I'm completely blanking. Oh my gosh.
Dead Poets Society.
Good Will Hunting. Did we say? Or that was the.
No, we didn't say that.
Oh, we didn't say that. Okay.
Could have saved it for me, but that's fine.
Sorry.
Awakenings.
Hmm.
Mm, I don't think I have one. Yeah, I'm out.
Popeye.
Right.
Ooh.
The original Jumanji.
Yes. Sam Gill.
Yeah, did someone say Aladdin or no? Because
Aladdin does not count. Is that right?
oh yeah, voice acting, right?
But I think, yeah, just take another.
I honestly have nothing. Oh, never mind. I have nothing.
1 hour photo.
Insomnia. In the same era.
Patch Adams.
Oh, yeah.
I'm out.
Does that come back to me?
I think so.
World's Greatest Dad.
Right. What Dreams May Come.
Night at the Museum. Oh, wait, sorry. Was someone still in?
Yeah. What am I, chopped liver?
Sorry.
Nice.
Flubber.
It's a good one. Night at the Museum.
Right. World According to Garp.
A Night at the Museum too.
Oh, wait. Hang on a second. I have no idea about World According to Garp. If you're confident on that one.
Does someone who's out just want to Google that and confirm real quick? But Alex, you can go. It's your turn.
Toys.
Right.
He's in it. Like the world
Okay.
with Garb.
All right, I'm still in.
License to Wed.
Oh, yeah. Wait, how did it? Actually,
wait,
I think
it's
you.
my turn, but that's fine. I won't
Oh.
use that. and then we'll go back to Alex because you got that one. Fisher King?
Yes. Oh my God, that was a good one. Oh my God. Moscow on the Hudson, which, Cory, you should remember from our night at the Alamo Draft House, because that was one of those like deep cuts from their "Who is this actor and what is this movie?"
Right. Let me think.
Oh, wait a minute, I know one. Yeah.
Williams.
I'm not helping.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm blanking, so I think I'm gonna tap out.
I feel like this was mostly CGI, so I don't know if it counts fully, but what's not Millennium?
Oh, yes, you're close. 200 years.
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wow. Okay.
He's like a person at some point in that, right? And then it's like the robot skin. Yeah, yeah.
Did we say Dead Poet Society? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay. Do you have one more? You got one more. You get the bonus point. And now I'm looking to see if we missed anything big after you go.
Wait, is this for James?
Yeah.
Night at the Museum 3?
Is he?
Yeah, boom. Let's go.
There you go. We missed Old Dogs. He is in Night at the Museum 3.
Nobody missed Old Dogs.
August Rush. Man of the Year. I don't think anybody said RV. What else? I feel like there's some big ones. House of D. Death to Smoochie. The Voice in AI, but that doesn't count. Deconstructing Harry. Woody Allen. Father's Day with Billy Crystal.
Oh yeah.
9 Months. He's in as the doctor. And
wait, Emma, what was your pick? Oh, never mind. My wife went outside. She was dying to scream something out, and then.
Yeah. So only a couple big ones that we missed. Pretty good.
That's awesome. Okay, so that is filmography, and we can come back to that if we want. But what's up next?
So the next game is called Movie Actor, which is similar but a little bit different. So the rules for that one, again, the object of the game is to be the last player standing. And like the other game, so one player draws a card from the deck. In this case, you read the movie on the card. So here you would say the Sugarland Express, right? And then the next player names an actor from that movie. You can, but don't have to name who's on the card. So I would say Sugarland Express. Next player would say Goldie Hawn. Player after that.
Clearly, because no one else knows who was in that movie.
I can't even remember, and I've definitely seen it. So the next player would name a different Goldie Hawn movie. And so they would say Overboard. And the player after that would name someone else in Overboard. They would say Kurt Russell. The next player would name a different Kurt Russell movie. And you keep going. So the biggest difference with this game is if someone is out and they can't think of one, the next player will draw a new card, read the movie on that, and we keep going around minus the players who have gotten out. So you're kind of whittling it down each round. And then this game, there's a little bit of strategy where, you know, if you want to be friendly and volley it, you use obvious movies. And if you want to kind of knock out the player after you, you would name a movie where you don't think they can name a person or a movie to get out of it.
All right. Who wants to? We can keep the same order, but someone else should draw.
Annalise, if you want to draw.
Yeah, sure. I have my deck. I haven't shuffled them, so.
There's no order. There's no way it could be
Yeah.
in any kind of order. So you're good.
Okay. I drew Juliette Binoche with 3 colors blue.
Oh, wow.
So that's
Yeah.
the movie, and the next player can say who's on the card.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was going to say that is
it's a
a.
gimme, at least to
Okay.
start.
All right, so James, it's up to you.
Can we repeat this?
You're gonna want to say Juliette Binoche.
Yeah, so the movie is 3 colors blue. Sorry.
I look forward to watching this round.
No, you get a gimme. You just say.
Yeah, you
Juliette
get
Binoche.
the.
Binoche.
Yeah.
She's on the card. You're good.
Oh, Juliette Binoche. Boom.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I'm already out.
Oh, no.
Any Juliette Binoche movie.
I honestly don't know who that is.
Oh,
So good.
she's very
Okay.
French. She's great. She was in Godzilla from a couple years ago on the
Say
larger scale.
Godzilla. Say
She
Godzilla.
was in Chocolat with Johnny Depp. You know, Juliette Binoche.
Just say chocolate. I want us to get through at least
Yeah,
one.
let's
Yeah.
with you.
Oh, thanks, guys. Okay, chocolate.
There you go.
Over to you, Tommy.
Johnny Depp.
There you go.
All right.
Ed Wood. Oh, do I go?
Yeah.
Ed Wood,
Ed Wood.
the
Okay.
movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. We were going to screen it this month with the screenwriters.
Oh,
Yeah.
that would have been so cool because it came last semester.
Well, you're welcome to come back. We'll get it on the books as soon as we can once we're back.
So,
Okay.
I sent Larry the game.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, he has
Oh,
the
that's so
game.
fun.
He played it. He was really, really nice about it.
Okay, so Cory, you're after me, so I feel like I can choose one that's maybe a bit obscure. Let's go Jeffrey Jones.
Yes, I will say Beetlejuice.
Mm.
Michael Keaton.
Oh, I got.
Oh,
yeah.
I went ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry. Yeah, you jumped
It's
over.
okay. I'll just say Michael Keaton then.
Okay. All right. So it'll jump to me then. I'll keep it easy. Batman.
No, Batman.
Think of
Guys,
everyone who's played the Joker. Who's the first person to play the Joker in a movie?
Oh wait, which Batman? I'm sorry.
The Tim Burton Batman.
89.
Oh, with Danny DeVito? Or is that a different one?
That was a little bit later.
Oh my gosh.
The sequel.
Tim Burton Batman.
There was an actor who likes going to Lakers games.
I'm a lost cause, guys. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, we do. I mean, yeah. We'll move over to Tommy. I feel like if we lost you on Batman, we're gonna do some movies that are a little more recent.
Do I name who was in Batman?
Yeah,
You
your
can
actor.
draw a new card, but
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah. No. Let's do that.
So draw a new card.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Reality Bite.
And that goes over to Sam Gill.
Right. What was it again? Sorry.
Reality Bites.
and you can show him the card if you want a hint as to who he can pick. If he,
Do I show with the name on it or no?
you can, yeah. It's a kindness.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, Winona Ryder. Thank you.
Yeah. Let's go with Girl Interrupted.
Angelina Jolie.
I'm gonna go with Salt.
Did you say Salt?
It's a tough one to follow up.
I don't know who else is in Salt.
I don't either.
It's been real.
There you go. Ruthless.
Okay, so
Can I answer it?
Yeah, you're next.
oh,
Cheetah
but
Wild and Jeff Four.
what?
Oh.
Cheetah Wild and Jeff
Whoa.
Four. I
Yes.
love him.
But do we pick a card?
We do. We pick a card, but it's still nice to know
Yes.
who's in salt for next time.
Okay.
Raising Arizona.
Is the movie okay?
And that goes.
Give him the kind.
Okay, yeah, Nick Cage. Thank you. You got me.
Mandy.
Mandy. Andrea Riseborough.
Birdman.
Edward Norton.
American History X.
Elliot Gould.
Oh, he's in that?
Oh yeah, he's really good in it. He's like the Beverly D'Angelo's like suitor in the flashbacks.
Okay, wow, I haven't seen that in forever. Okay, I'll say Ocean's 11.
I'll say George Clooney.
Is that me?
Yeah.
Michael Clayton.
I think I'm out actually.
You need to draw a card.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Good call. Sorry, I keep forgetting.
You're
this.
safe. You don't even need to know.
I was gonna say like Tilda Swinton's in that movie, right?
She is, yes.
Okay, and the movie is Rust and Bone, and
I will say,
It's
Who's on the
Marion
card?
Cotillard, right?
wait.
yes.
So wait,
it is.
Corey, it's you. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so I will
Oh,
say
sorry.
Marion Cotillard.
Inception.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Is that now back to me?
I think so,
Okay.
yeah.
The Man in the Iron Mask.
Getting that and Three Musketeers mixed up. Is Gabriel Byrne in this?
Does someone want to look that up real quick?
Was he in the other one?
I was picking something that I honestly did not know the answer beyond Leonardo DiCaprio. Whoever's out, James, could you look and see?
He is.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yes. Okay, great. Woo.
What was the name?
Gabriel Byrne.
I'm out. I have no idea who that
Okay.
is.
Oh no. Usual Suspects.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, James. Are you back in? Okay. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I have to admit him.
Oh, he's here. Or is he frozen?
Are we all frozen? Oh no, it's just I don't understand why he's saying that he's trying to come back on. I can, yeah. Okay, sorry. Let me just remove him and see if that helps. Oh, I don't want to do that either. Sorry. These are. Let's see if that works.
Nope, we lost somebody.
Yeah, no, it's James. He was having an issue. Let's see if this worked. Where did we leave off?
I think it's Tommy's turn.
Yeah, Tommy needs to draw a card, I think.
20th Century Women. I will be nice.
Oh, that's up to me. Yeah, okay, Greta Gerwig.
I will say Frances Ha.
I've never seen it, so I'm out.
Oh. Okay. So,
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver, yeah.
give me 1 second. I'm just trying to. Okay, sorry. All right, so the the movie is Streets of Fire with Willem Dafoe.
Okay. So you say Streets of Fire. So I say Willem Dafoe.
Okay. I will go.
Oh wait, is
Florida Project.
it just us?
Yeah, I think it's just the two of us.
Okay. And you said,
Florida Project.
oh yeah, I think I'm out, right? Because who else is in that? Children, cute children. Anybody else? I can't think of it. You win.
All right. Nice. Finally.
And that's movie acting.
So I'm just letting James know that we're, I'm going to be on the lookout for him.
I have to get going now, but this has been really fun. And thank you so much, Cory, for being here, and Alex
Yeah.
for setting this up.
And thank you for
Bye.
suffering through all of that nonsense at the beginning.
It's okay, no worries. Okay, bye.
Take care. Okay, so what are the other games that we can do this way?
We can do 6 degrees, which tends to go pretty quick. So you can draw 2 cards, read the names of the actors, and then the first person who can connect them through their movies will say, I've got it. Will show us the path. If 2 people get it at the same time, it's whoever has the shorter connection. In some cases, you might draw 2 actors who've been in the same movie together. So the first person to kind of say, I've got it, gets the point. And that's it. So we can do 1 or 2 quick ones of that. And then if somebody wants to play one more of any of the games, we can do that and call it a night.
Who else has a deck? Sam K? Yeah, all right.
Okay, so sorry, did you say how many cards do I draw?
You can draw 2 cards and read us the actors on those cards. That's who we're going to try and connect.
Okay, Nicolas Cage and Winona Ryder.
Okay. And there's a lot of staring into space and thinking until it happens.
Yeah, I got it. Nicolas Cage was in Gone in 60 Seconds with Angelina Jolie, who was in Girl Interrupted with Winona Ryder.
Yeah, great. 2 degrees.
All right, let's do another. Who, yeah, Sam, go back to your deck.
Okay, Holly Hunter and Emma Stone.
Ooh.
Oh, Holly Hunter with Frances McDormand in Raising Arizona. Frances McDormand in Moonrise Kingdom with Bill Murray. In Zombieland with Emma Stone.
Okay. Does anyone have something that trumps that?
Say no.
God, give me 1 second with this. Just blanking on Holly Hunter movies. Sure.
Harvey Keitel and Holly Hunter in the piano. Harvey Keitel in Moonrise Kingdom with Bill Murray and with Emma Stone. Same, it's 3 degrees still, but you know.
Oh man, I'm close on something here. Damn, who else was in that? I think I'm desperately trying to find some connection through Tom Cruise. Holly Hunter was in The Firm with Tom
Yeah.
Cruise, and I'm like, who else was in Tropic Thunder? And there's got to be some connection between Emma Stone and like Robert Downey Jr. or Matthew McConaughey or Jack Black.
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
But
Hold on. Wait. Oh, sorry. So Jonah Hill, Superbad. He's got to have done something with. No, I don't got it.
All right, take the point. Do you want to do another 6 degrees or one more of any of the games, or you tell me?
Wait, I actually found one online. So Nick Nolte is in Tropic Thunder, and he's also in Gangster Squad with Emma Stone.
Oh, nice.
But I Googled that. I did not come up with that on my own.
So it can be done shorter.
It can be done shorter.
Good stuff. What do you guys? Should we do one more round of something? What do you guys? Which one did you enjoy the most in terms of like the Zoom format?
I like the second one.
Movie actor.
Yeah.
Cool.
All
You guys
right.
want me to just draw one?
Yeah.
So I can redo both the movie and the actor?
Yeah. You read the movie, and then the next player can name an actor from that movie. But you can show us the card.
Okay, Cruising.
All right. So tell me that would you be next?
Al Pacino.
Yeah. Good.
Serpico.
Oh my God.
Which I've seen and could not name a co-star.
Serpico. Damn.
Ruthless.
Oof. I got nothing.
You're tapped. You're out.
Tap them out.
All right, the rest of us will continue. I'll draw a card. Okay, out of the middle somewhere. The movie, Bad Boys 2.
Will Smith.
There you go.
I don't mean to be mean, but I Am Legend.
Oh, man. Yikes. There is somebody, but not many, besides the dog and the vampires.
Yeah, I only know the dog, so I think I'm out.
Oh no.
There is a female love interest, and I'm blanking on who it was. She is somebody in the movie. But anyway, okay, so we'll keep going. So back to me. I'll draw another card. So the movie is Rumblefish, and you can say who's on the card.
Thank you, Diane Lane.
Yeah.
Cape Fear.
I don't think so. Jessica Lange and Cape Fear.
Then I'm out.
Okay. Diane Lane is Superman's mom in the last couple of the Henry Cavill ones, amongst other things. Yeah. Okay, so back to me. Down to 2, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll draw another one. Here we go.
This has been Sam. Have you actually had to make a guess yet?
48 hours.
Is this my turn or other Sam's turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, Eddie Murphy.
Back to me.
Mm-hmm.
Dream Girls.
Is Whitney Houston in that?
No, but good guess. It's
Jennifer
Beyonce
Hudson,
and Jennifer Hudson.
Beyonce,
Ah,
and Jamie Foxx.
Right, Jamie Foxx. Okay,
haven't seen it.
that's it. I
Listen,
won
now
my own
it's so
game.
good.
Thanks so much for spending your free time to let me have this victory. It was worth it.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is put together a contact list of everyone that I gave a game deck to, and there should be about 30 people. And maybe we can try and get some of these game nights together and just, put together a schedule. And this stuff we will not release to anyone. My mistake tonight was that I was sort of like thinking about people who maybe weren't local or didn't ask in time, and I'm like, if you want to do it, just come watch the tutorial and then buy it on Amazon. So I spread it a little bit wider than I should have, but I'll put together a list of the people that I spoke to individually so that we don't deal with the nonsense that we had at the beginning of this, and keep it private. But and of course, feel free if you have obviously, if you have roommates or anything like that, just feel free to try some of the other stuff in person, and we'll get together again soon, I hope.
Yeah, thanks for doing this. The games are designed to be like fun, so if you're like, this is too fucking hard, I can't play these games, like make up your own rules, like do a friendly version, help each other out, like allow animated, like it's built to be endlessly modifiable. So like the version that I'm used to playing is with like people like me and Alex who are just like, how do we play the most intense version possible? But it should be fun. And you guys are clearly obsessed with movies. And so whatever version or remix that you come up with or rules, or our friend Katie's just got one where you draw a card and you have to say if it's a star or an actress. Do you see this on Instagram?
No.
Just like, and it's just like a conversation starter. It's like Penelope Cruz, star or actress. Like, what is it? You just have a conversation about it. So kind of play however you would like to. And thanks for having me.
Awesome. Thank you, Cory. Thanks
Thank
to all of
you.
you.
Thank you guys. That
Thank
was
you
fun.
so much.
Thanks for coming.
Take care. Bye.